Welcome back, everyone. Before we dive into today's topic, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss another episode. And don't forget, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think, what you're growing, and what you'd love to learn next. Your feedback helps shape every video we create. Cracking the climate code: how hardiness zones reveal the hidden rules of your garden. If you've ever wondered why your neighbor's bougainvillea bursts into a riot of color while yours barely musters a bloom, or why certain plants seem to thrive effortlessly while others fade no matter how much care you give them, the answer may lie in one of gardening's most powerful and often misunderstood tools, the USDA Hardiness Zone Map. At first glance, it looks like a simple color-coded chart, but beneath those gradients lies a story about climate, survival, and the secret language plants use to decide where they belong. Understanding this system doesn't just make you a better gardener, it transforms the way you see your landscape. And in a warming world, these zones are shifting, opening doors to new possibilities while quietly closing others. Welcome to the climate map that shapes your garden. The science behind the zones: a temperature-based survival map. A hardiness zone is more than a number. It's a promise. It tells you the coldest temperature your region typically experiences each winter, averaged over 30 years. It is a geographic area defined by its long-term average lowest winter temperature. This single measurement forms the backbone of the entire system. Winter matters because cold kills. Perennials, shrubs, fruit trees, palms, all of them must endure winter to return each year. Their ability to survive freezing temperatures determines whether they live, thrive, or fail. The USDA divides North America into 13 zones, each representing a 10-degree Fahrenheit difference in winter lows. Zone 1 is brutally cold. Zone 13 is tropical. And each zone is split into A, B subzones, a subtle 5-degree difference that can make or break a plant's survival. It's climate science distilled into a gardener's compass. How to use hardiness zones like a master gardener. Hardiness zones aren't just labels. They're a strategy. The first step is discovering your zone, which the USDA map makes easy by allowing you to enter your zip code. Holiday, Florida, for example, sits in Zone 10A, where winter temperatures rarely dip below 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you know your zone, you can match plants to it. Plant tags often list a range such as Zones 5-8, and if your zone falls within that range, the plant is likely to survive your winters. This matters most for perennials, shrubs, and trees, the long-term residents of your garden. But zones have limits. They measure cold tolerance only. They do not account for heat, humidity, rainfall, soil type, freeze-thaw cycles, elevation, or snow cover. This means a plant labeled hardy to Zone 10 may still fail in Florida, not because of winter cold, but because of summer heat. Zones are a starting point, not the whole story. Climate change and the new gardening frontier. Because the USDA map is based on long-term temperature averages, it evolves as the climate does. Our climate is gradually warming, and the 2026 update reflects this shift. Across the country, and especially in Florida, zones have moved upward. Areas once classified as 9B are now 10A. Parts of South Florida have slipped into 10B and even 11A. This warming trend means tropical plants are pushing north, cold-loving plants are losing ground, and gardeners are entering a new era of experimentation. It's an exciting and challenging time to be a gardener. Microclimates, the secret worlds inside your yard. Even within a single yard, temperature can vary dramatically. A south-facing wall may create a warm pocket where tropicals flourish. A shaded dip may mimic a cooler zone. Even within your own garden, you may have important microclimates that impact how plants grow. Zones give you the map. Microclimates give you the adventure. Why hardiness zones matter more than ever. Understanding your zone helps you choose plants that will survive your winters, avoid costly mistakes, predict flowering and fruiting, plan long-term landscapes, and adapt to a changing climate. Hardiness zones are the gardener's North Star, a guide that evolves with the world around us. Florida's 2026 Planting Guide: What to Grow in Every Zone. Florida is a tapestry of climates, stretching from temperate to tropical, and each zone offers its own planting personality. In the northern panhandle, Zone 8A experiences cool winters and real freezes. Gardeners here can grow high-chill apples, peaches, rabbit-eye blueberries, and classic cool-season vegetables like broccoli and cabbage. Camellias and hydrangeas thrive in the crisp winter air, and spring and fall become the prime seasons for planting. Moving slightly south into Zone 8B, which includes Tallahassee and the outskirts of Gainesville, winters are milder but still capable of delivering a hard freeze. This region is ideal for figs, pears, plums, blackberries, azaleas, and gardenias. Spring is the time to plant fruit trees, while fall is perfect for greens, onions, and herbs that prefer cooler weather. Zone 9A, stretching through Gainesville, Ocala, and northern Orlando, marks the beginning of Florida's subtropical climate. Freezes still happen, but they are less frequent. Citrus trees, loquats, pineapple guava, tomatoes, peppers, and squash all flourish here. Bright annuals like zinnias and marigolds thrive in the long warm season. The best planting windows fall between February and April, and again in September and October. Zone 9B, which includes Orlando, Tampa, and St. Petersburg, rarely sees more than a light freeze. This opens the door to a wider range of citrus, bananas, papaya, passion fruit, and heat-loving herbs like basil and oregano. Tropical ornamentals begin to shine in this zone, and gardeners enjoy 2 full vegetable seasons, one in spring and another in fall, with winter reserved for leafy greens. Zone 10A, home to Holiday, Clearwater, and Sarasota, is where Florida becomes truly tropical-leaning. Winters are warm, cold snaps are rare, and the growing season is nearly year-round. Mangoes, avocados, pineapples, bananas, hibiscus, bougainvillea, ginger, turmeric, and Royal Poinciana trees all thrive. The most productive planting periods stretch from March through June and again from September through December, but gardeners can plant almost any month of the year. Further south in Zone 10B, which includes Miami, Marco Island, and coastal Naples, the climate becomes fully tropical. Coconut palms, breadfruit, soursop, tamarind, jackfruit, heliconia, and bird of paradise flourish effortlessly. Planting can happen year-round, though midsummer heat makes vegetable gardening more challenging. At the southernmost tip of the state lies Zone 11A, encompassing the Keys. Frost does not exist here. Gardeners can grow cacao, coffee, vanilla orchids, exotic bananas, and nearly every tropical fruit tree imaginable. Seasons are defined not by temperature but by rainfall, with the wet and dry seasons guiding planting decisions. Final thoughts: gardening with confidence in a changing world. Hardiness zones are more than climate data. They're a window into the future of your garden. They help you choose wisely, plant boldly, and adapt gracefully as Florida's climate evolves. Whether you're nurturing a mango tree in Holiday or coaxing hydrangeas in Tallahassee, understanding your zone gives you the power to create a garden that feels alive, resilient, and uniquely yours. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when new content drops. And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, questions, or gardening stories in the comments below. Your voice helps our community grow. See you in the next episode.